Hello, you're welcome to Superior's Fashion Academy online tutorial, and today we are going to learn how to make a cut corset with a mesh bodice. In this tutorial, we are going to learn the drafting, cutting and sewing a mermaid dress with a cut corset using a mesh fabric as the bodice. Before we could draft our pattern, we must have our basic body measurements ready. The first thing we are going to do is to draft a basic bodice, and the type of basic bodice we are going to draft is an half scale bodice, because the dress is going to start from the shoulder to the upper waist, then from the upper waist down to the floor we have the mermaid skirt. I did here, I have my starting line, which is going to be my shoulder line, and at the same time I have my vertical line here, which is going to be my center front. So we are going to draft the front bodice and the back bodice together. So that is why I divided this my working space into two, because we are going to use one side for the front and the other side for the back. So the first thing you want to do on the shoulder line, you are going to divide your shoulder measurements into two equal half. Then you mark on this shoulder line. So from there you take your shoulder slope 1 inch away from the shoulder line. Then on this shoulder line, from the center front, you go in by 3 inches and you come down by 3 inches to form the neckline. So after connecting like so, you are going to connect back to your 1 inch here, which is your shoulder slope line. So you need a slant line because the shoulder has a slopey shape. So this neckline, we are going to make a built-up neckline with a sweetheart neckline. So we are still going to come back to this our neckline. So, and to do that, we need allowance, we need enough allowance at the top, but I'm going to be adding a piece of paper to this upper part. In case you do not have enough paper to do that, you can get a piece of paper to add to this upper part so that you'll be able to extend the neckline, because we have a built-up neckline at the back of this neckline. So from the shoulder slope, you want to take your chest line measurements. After connecting the shoulder slope, you want to take our vertical measurement, which includes our chest line, bust point line, under bust point line, and the waistline. So for you to know your chest line, you can simply use whatever measurement you have here and measure it after the shoulder slope line. Okay? Or you divide your bust circumference by 6, whatever you get to add 1.5 inches. Measure from the shoulder slope down, and that is where you have your chest line and your armhole line. Then you come to this point so that you can have accurate line. You measure down to your chest line. You measure down to your chest line. Then from there you measure again whatever you have here. You are just trying to create a straight line. And I'm going to connect like so. Then we are going to extend this our chest line. So go ahead and label it as your chest line. So after which you have labeled it like that, the next thing you want to do is to create the armhole curve. So to do that, you find the midpoint of the armhole line like so. Go in by 1/2 inch on the midpoint. Connect to the shoulder slope with a straight line and connect back to the chest line with a curve. So for you to know where exactly you are going to connect to, you divide your bust circumference into 4 and mark on the chest line like so. So here, this point is where your curve is going to stop. So you place your curve ruler like so, then we are going to connect. So after this now, we are going to proceed to taking all other vertical measurements, which include your bust points. So from the shoulder to the bust points, from your shoulder to the under bust, then from the shoulder to the front length or the half length. So you mark forward, then you are going to connect with a straight line. The next thing we are going to plot our waist dart. To plot the waist dart, you are going to need your nipple to nipple measurement, that is your bust span, from one nipple point to the other. You measure it, and whatever you have, you divide into 2 equal halves, and you measure half of it from your center front line forward like so. And you are going to start from the bust point line down to the waistline. You start from the bust point line, you measure down to the waist, then you are going to connect with a straight line.